Hello, welcome to Anthropology 235, Cross-Cultural Medicine. My name is Huma and I'm going to be your instructor this quarter. I just wanted to make a really quick video letting you know what this course is going to be about and basically just the components of the online class. So if you haven't had a chance to look at the syllabus yet, this course is really just about how social categories like race, gender, economic class, like how much money you have, how much you don't, how that really has very real impacts on people's health. And then it's also about how structural issues such as structural barriers like access to education, the availability of clean water, government policies, how those too have a very real and concrete effect on people's health and has different leads to different health and wellness outcomes for different populations and different types of people. Now you might be thinking, where does cross-cultural come into this? Of course, we're going to be talking about different communities, usually communities of color, but also just different economic classes of people and how their various, upbringing, religious perspectives, cultural know-how, how all of that translates into how they understand what's happening to their bodies, how they understand their causes and treatments for illnesses, and how they cope with just life as it happens to us physically in terms of health, wellness, illness, death, dying, and those sorts of things. So primarily we're going to be using a textbook called Cross-Cultural Medicine. You can get one from the bookstore, but I also encourage you to check out the discount code I've put in the syllabus because the publisher has given us a 50% discount, which might be a little bit cheaper than the bookstore. So check out both options before you commit to buying one or the other. Cross-cultural medicine, the textbook is set up in a really, in a very straightforward fashion. Basically, it talks about the importance of learning diverse care practices for different communities so that we can best serve people from different parts of the world, right? And people from different walks of life and people with different worldviews, because worldviews are so important in working with anybody, is understanding where they're coming from. Followed by that chapter on the importance of diverse care practices, the book just launches into one chapter at a time each community group in the United States. There's one chapter on Blacks and African Americans. There's another one on Latinos. There's another one on Native Americans. There's another one on Muslims and Arabs, and so on and so forth. So we'll be reading those chapters, and along with those chapters, you're going to be posting a chapter reflection in the discussions tab once a week. So check out the discussions tab so you know exactly what to do. I think it's pretty straightforward, but let me know if you have any questions. There's also a film series called Unnatural Causes, in which each episode actually, by total coincidence, correlates with each chapter in the textbook. So there's an episode about Black mothers and infant mortality. There's an episode about Native Americans and diabetes. So each time we read a specific chapter in the book, we're also going to be watching the correlating Unnatural Causes film, and then you're going to be answering worksheet questions for the film. So each week, the work you're going to do is a discussion post about the readings and a worksheet about the documentary series that we're watching. The discussion posts can be found in the discussions tab, and the worksheets can be found under files. So check both of those out. Now those are the regular assignments. The major assignments are going to be a final exam, which is going to be comprehensive for the whole quarter. It's going to be based on just a few short essay questions, meaning like a paragraph long response. And I give plenty of time to complete that, so I don't think it should be an issue as long as you've been keeping up with your work and your readings and our discussions and so on and so forth. And then the other big assignment is a type of paper called an ethnography. So don't let the word ethnography scare you if you haven't heard it before. It's just a fancy anthropological way of saying writing about people, okay? So under assignments, you'll find that I've created a whole subset for the final paper. You'll see the rubrics and the expectations. You'll see a whole discussion about what the heck an ethnography even is. And also like an example outline for you guys to use as you work through your ethnography. So again, to recap, regular assignments are just discussion posts and worksheets based on the textbook and the films. 2 other major assignments, final paper, also known as ethnography, and a final exam, comprised of some essay questions. So now I think I've covered most of what this course is about, and also the workload we can expect. Trying to think of what else I can mention that might be useful. How about my teaching philosophy? So I basically, in a nutshell, I really hope to help students succeed however I can. So I just want to be the sort of instructor that you feel comfortable with emailing, coming to me if you have issues understanding something, or God forbid an issue pops up in your life or something that's becoming an obstacle to you completing work in class or something. Please know that you can have a forthcoming relationship with me, and I'm here to help you, and I will always help you, right? Other than that, our course deals with lots of subjects that are pretty sensitive. I mean, we talk about racism, we talk about gender inequalities and all of those kinds of things, and these are topics that can sometimes be very contentious, very controversial, and when you're discussing them on the discussion page and when you're responding to your classmates on the discussion page, know that these are conversations about sensitive issues that we need to have with respect, that we're hopefully not going to be censoring anybody or anything like that, but we're not going to also be tolerant of anything like hate speech, obviously, or any kind of just bad intentioned discourse or exchange about race or other sensitive topics like sexuality and so on and so forth. So I'm approaching 8 minutes on this video, and I really wanted to keep it short, so I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, please inbox me. You can email me at my RTC email address. That's also on the syllabus. Read through the syllabus very, very, very carefully so that you know exactly what the workload is and exactly what the expectations are. That being said, if there is ever a problem, please come to me. I'm your instructor. It's my job to help you, and it's my job to help you succeed in this course. All right, I hope you guys have a good quarter, and I hope that this is a productive and valuable learning experience for you. Bye.